But friends, we're in an election, a little bit of comparison shopping. What would our opponents do for our economy, for your taxes? The truth is this. I ask you to listen very carefully to all the things they're announcing in the campaign. The truth is this. They have no new ideas for the economy at all. They just say, well, they'll spend more money than we will. Tens of billions of dollars of more money than we will. And how will they pay for it exactly? Justin Trudeau says he doesn't have to explain how he will pay for his promises. Once again, tens of billions of dollars of new spending because, as he famously announced, the budget will balance itself. Do budgets balance themselves in Hamilton region here? Well, actually, friends, let's be fair. Justin is now changing his tune. He now says today he will run a deficit, a modest deficit. I guess it turns out the budget doesn't balance itself after all. But he'll run he says, a modest deficit, a tiny deficit. So small you can hardly see the deficit. That's what he says. A modest deficit, and only for 3 years. Only for 3 deficits. Three modest little deficits. And maybe $10 billion each, modest $10 billion deficits to start with. Friends, we've gone through this before. Look at the mess in Ontario with the modest deficits of a Liberal government. Those modest deficits have now had the credit rating of this province lowered by international markets. Remember federally, some of us are old enough, the modest little deficits of the Liberals in the 1970s. 3 decades of these modest deficits until we had to grossly raise taxes and slash our spending on our healthcare system and education. Friends, we know where Liberal modest deficits lead us. We are not going back down that route as a country. And Thomas Mulcair, friends, he says he will pay for his tens of billions of dollars of spending promises and balance the budget at the same time, no less, by just raising taxes. Just some modest tax increases. Modest tax increases. He will start, he says, with raising them on job-creating businesses because he says the business tax rate is too low. But when our friends at the CBC asked him what the business tax rate was, he didn't actually know. That's NDP ideology for you. They don't know what taxes you pay, but they know you are going to pay more. Friends, in a global economy with the challenges that we can see out there, the last thing Canada needs is a prime minister who thinks the budget balances itself by magic, or a prime minister who will raise your taxes without even knowing what your tax rates are. You know, friends, on the NDP, we have seen how this NDP theory works. We've seen it in too many countries. We have seen it in too many provinces. They claim they can balance the budget by raising taxes. But tax increases don't balance the budget. They just kill jobs and wreck the economy. We have come too far through all of this economic turbulence to take reckless risks with this economy. We need to stay on track with our affordable, low-tax, balanced budget plans for job and growth with David Sweet and all of your stable, solid, dependable Conservative team.